Of all the great moments in Nebraska football history, this one had a special twist.
It is Jack Hoffman of Team Jack coming out on the field right now in this 4th down and short. Jack Hoffman, who's been adopted really by this football team.
You know, he runs out there and there's 50, 60,000 fans screaming. I'm sure he was kind of in awe a little bit, but we kind of drew up on the sideline where to go and how to line up, but that kind of all went out the window, and we're trying to, show him a running back stance out of the shotgun, and, we're trying to tell him what we're going to do out there and stuff, but I'm sure for any little kid, it's a little overwhelming.
It was Nebraska's spring game. More than 61,000 people were watching a key 4th and 1 call.
Yeah, I was kind of waving him along, trying to get him to come, but, as you saw, he took off left and it came running back around the edge.
So Taylor gets the shotgun set, gives it to Jack. Here he goes. He's got blockers out in front.
There he goes.
Jack is running the midfield. Listen to this crowd.
A year earlier, 5-year-old Jack Hoffman was diagnosed with brain cancer. There was surgery. Then a second was required. They told his parents that Jack might not survive.
It was horrifying. It was horrifying. It's one of those days that you'll never forget, And I just was whispering in his ear, Jesus loves you. At that point, I was fairly confident that might be the last thing I would ever say to him.
More than anything, Jack wanted to meet Nebraska's star runner. And so Rex Burkhead invited Jack for a visit. And lifelong teammates were born. The Huskers would dedicate a home game to pediatric brain cancer awareness. Against Wisconsin, Jack helped lead the team down their red carpet. And little Jack was literally raised up. He touched hearts and the Nebraska Good Luck Horseshoe. So did cancer victim Isaiah Casilla. But he would not be so lucky. Jack miraculously survived his second surgery. And in April, C.J. Zimmerer, now leading Nebraska's chapter of Uplifting Athletes, had an idea.
We had a team meeting, before the spring game, and we had talked about it, but we didn't really have a plan of what was going to happen. Nobody planned to run on the field, and lift him up in the air. Everybody let him, take the lead, and that's why it was such a great thing. It wasn't forced, or anything like that. It was just a kid, living his dream a little bit, and us just being able to be a part of it, which was awesome.
Ironically, Zimmerer would score in the game, but with 7 minutes to go and the score close, Nebraska coach Bo Pelini called a timeout, facing 4th and 1.
Coach Bo was trying to figure out what's the best time to do this, and it just worked out great. We were about midfield, a little behind midfield, and we said, let's just do it here. It's a great time. Instead of punting or whatever, we'll throw Jack in there and let him and see what happens. And sure enough, takes off and runs for a touchdown. So.
As Jack Hoffman, a young man that, as I mentioned, has really been adopted by this football team, just scored a touchdown.
Oh, wow. What a moment.
And both benches empty.
That's what Uplifting Athletes is all about, trying to fund that research, along with the Team Jack Foundation and other organizations alike, trying to fund that pediatric brain cancer research to be able to operate and get him good for the rest of his life, instead of having to worry day to day if he's going to be back in the hospital.
And now a world a little better, a little more aware.